All right, here we go. Every possession for 48 minutes, we have to play defense, and right now we're not doing that. All right? And it's everybody. It's across the board. We haven't closed either quarter. We had the lead with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. They closed it out. They closed out the second quarter. Let's close out quarters, and we got to trust.
Doc Rivers and his Celtics down by 5, halftime of game 1 of the NBA Finals. Kobe Bryant and his team excellent offensively in those first 2 quarters. And hi again, everyone. Doc Rivers not happy with his defense in that first half. Mark, you weren't necessarily happy with the offense. Kevin Garnett played really well, but you thought it was an opportunity to have a huge first half.
Well, came out aggressive, and that's when you have to recognize who has the hot hand, get that man the basketball. Kevin Garnett, 6 of 9, 16 points, active on the boards, was in a zone, but they went away from him. Find a way to get him involved and then capitalize with that matchup.
Meanwhile, Pau Gasol was involved as Kobe Bryant and Gasol have really teamed nicely since he was acquired, and that's part of our Coors Light Cool Tracks.
Well, they're one of the best pick-and-roll combinations in the NBA. You look at Bryant coming off the pick-and-roll. He's scanning the floor. A miscommunication by Posey and Kendrick Perkins. Who has the roll man? They both initially start over and then leave. That should have been James Posey's rotation. And then Perkins starting to show out early on Bryant. Great read by Gasol to slip to the rim. Again, Posey late in his rotation. 2 big mistakes by the Celtics defense.
Gasol getting to shine on the big stage as we check in with Michelle Tafoya.
Guys, you heard Doc Rivers say that his team did not close out either quarter, but he did acknowledge to me it hurt them that Paul Pierce was not on the floor. His biggest concern, though, that they're allowing too many uncontested shots, guarding shots with their arms down. Mike, he said that's not like us, and he said the Lakers are getting into their offense before the Celtics can set their defense. Let's see if that changes here early.
Now, Michelle, Pierce scoring 3 points in the first half. That's not like them either. He had 3 fouls, played less than 16 minutes, but he scores right away here in the third as Odom misfires. Ray Allen the rebound. As much as Garnett has been the key, Paul Pierce, according to Phil Jackson, is still the heart and soul. Draws the foul, banks it in, and one! Paul Pierce with a chance for a 4-point play.
And here's what you love about it, Mike. Inside-out attack. Gets the ball to Garnett, sets up the defense, and then step back, gets the contact from Radmanovich, knocks down the basket. It's late, but the bank is open, and Paul Pierce feeling it early in the third.
Pierce had 3 points in the first half. He has 5 points in the first 45 seconds of the second half.
And that was similar to a play in Detroit, Game 6, where he was called for an offensive foul. Here, the call went his way. 4-point play.
And the crowd back in the game as the Celtics back on top. They led by as many as 7 in the first half. Kobe Bryant knocks down the jumper. So 3 Celtics, or 3 Lakers that is, in double figures. Bryant now with 10. Radmanovich at 6'10", not a bad defender, but Pierce a little quick for him, and that time Pierce once again knocks it down.
And this is the mentality that Paul Pierce has to have. He has to feel no one in a purple jersey can defend him. Comes out aggressive to start this half.
He has 8 points in a minute 20. Gasol, and he's hacked by Perkins. That's going to be his second.
Oh, we talked about it. I'll take great offense over great defense any day of the week. Paul Pierce able to get to his spot and then elevates. Tremendous lift, avoiding the shot blocking ability of Radmanovich.
And I'll trump that. I'll take great offense off horrible defense, too. And that's what he had going there the last 3 possessions on Radmanovich.
Bryant with a hand in his face. Not that time. Perkins the rebound. Perkins upset. Thought there should have been a foul. Doc Rivers yelling at Dick Pavetta as the Celtics come up the floor. It's been a pretty physical game, but they've let them play for the most part. Garnett gets the roll. Celtics up by 3.
And that's all day, every day in this series. Kevin Garnett has to establish the post position, and they have to seek him with the basketball.
And he has to remain aggressive and be selfish looking for a shot. There's a foul call against the Celtics. This has been one of the topics, Shep, about Garnett. He's such an unselfish, terrific team player, but he has to take control here.
Well, he's a very good player. Sometimes your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness. Here, single covered, he can go to work on any Laker in the post, but he plays a great team game, and he's not the classic go-to player.
Radmanovic left open, the three-pointer. He's got great range. Vladimir Radmanovic, his second field goal.
What we're witnessing again is Kobe Bryant facilitating offense for the guys around him. Dribble penetration and finds Radmanovic.
And Radmanovic called for a foul. That's his fourth in just 15 minutes.
Well, in the past, it was taking over games with this offense for himself. Right now, it's about creating offense and allowing the defense to tell him what to do. This time, it's give up the basketball, and he's a willing passer, finding Radmanovic.
So Vujacic will come in for Radmanovic. During the regular season, Kobe Bryant averaged, Radmanovic upset. Bryant averaging 5.5 assists per game. In the playoffs, it's almost 6. He said his role has changed on this team. He doesn't have to score 35 a game anymore for them to win. Meanwhile, Garnett continues to dominate.
And you can say, well, Kevin Garnett is too unselfish. That's where the other guys on the floor have to say, hey, he has the hot hand. We're going to make him selfish. We're going to give him the basketball. And that's what Pierce did the prior play.
20 points in 23 minutes. Bryant calling for it. Looks up at the shot clock. Pierce guarding him. Kobe Bryant nails it. You get the feeling he's going to shoot a little more now.
And to me, they should keep Ray Allen on Bryant and put Pierce on Vujacic.
Reach and foul as Pierce went to the basket.
Los Angeles fouls on number 24.
Pierce with 3 fouls is not going to foul him. They want Bryant to go to the middle of the floor. That's an impossible shot to defend. If you're going to make fadeaway jump shots at 17 feet, you're going to win the game.
Has a way of stopping the bleeding. When the other team gets it going, he's the guy that you give the ball to and he makes plays.
Pierce knocked it out of bounds. Excellent help defense from Odom. Bryant, an All-NBA first-team defender this year, pokes it away, and it's Laker ball.
And I couldn't disagree with that more. I think Bryant plays sporadic great defense, but there's no way to me that he deserved to be a first-team all-defender when Shane Battier of the Rockets didn't get there.
Your former player, in full disclosure.
I'm going with Kobe Bryant. You talk about even in this situation, Paul Pierce gets hot. He says, hey, I have him. Shuts him down for a couple minutes, but making him work. One of the better defenders in the league.
Did you watch him? That was a double team. He didn't shut him down. They double team because Bryant can't guard Pierce one-on-one in the post by himself.
There's no one in the world, if you have Paul Pierce, that can defend him one-on-one when he's on his game. What you want is a guy willing to take the challenge of stepping up and making him work.
It's about time. You guys have been agreeing too much lately. Meanwhile, that last foul is on Odom, a loose ball foul, so the Celtics will take it out of bounds. Lakers already with 14 fouls.
I don't like that this guy is sizing me up when he's talking to me.
There was a threatening tone.
Don't all eyeball me, boy. That was a great movie.
Gasol on the steal. Celtics with 10 turnovers. Lakers with only 4. Bryant spinning. Flips it to Gasol. Oh, nice catch. A highly skilled big man, and Pau Gasol with 14 points.
But he put the ball on the floor with the idea of making a play for someone else. That time it was Gasol.
Perkins gets it down low, kicks it out to Rondo. Now Ray Allen to the basket. His shot won't go. And Odom able to corral it.
To me, all this disjointed offensive play right now is because Rondo can't shoot the ball with range. So the Lakers feel free to double team and close out short to Rondo.
Gasol can't hit Rondo the rebound. Rondo shot the ball well so far. He's 4 of 7.
But it's not just the shot attempt. It's what they feel. He can't stretch it to three-point line, so they're going to take the ball out of Garnett's hands, take it out of Pierce's hands with the double team, and live with what Rondo does.
Shot clock at 4. Garnett, the high release, bank shot won't go, and Gasol the rebound. Gasol said he was re-energized after going from Memphis, one of the worst teams in the NBA, to going to the Lakers. The number 1 seed in the West this year. Kobe Bryant knocks it down. Beautiful move. And he's got 16. And down on the floor for the Lakers is Paul Pierce. Eddie Lacerte, their longtime head athletic trainer, quickly out there to check on him. Didn't see, he was in the midst of that crowd, exactly what happened. Having that right leg, he looks in some pain. You see, he took a shot from his own teammate Perkins. That arm swung around and knocked Pierce down. He's hurting right now. Celtic fans holding their breaths here in Boston.
The NBA playoffs on TS.
Certainly not the sight the Celtics and their fans want to see. Paul Pierce in a lot of pain, had to be carried off. Then they put him in the wheelchair as he's going back to the locker room. Obviously in a lot of pain, can't walk off on his own power. It appears to be the right leg, and it happened in this play in a collision with Kendrick Perkins. Now watch as Bryant drives to the basket. Perkins comes down, and it looks like Perkins lands on Pierce's leg or his foot. And Pierce's leg appeared to get kind of stuck, and sometimes it can twist there. He also came down with the right arm, but it's definitely the right leg. And everybody here in Boston now holding their breath, hoping that Pierce was shaken up. He lay for a while on the floor and then had to be carried off, could not put any weight on it. They brought him in the back, put him on the wheelchair, and now obviously being examined. Michelle Tafoya is back there, and as soon as we get an update, we'll pass it along. Garnett, shot won't go. Rebound taken by Vujovic, and you can just feel the crowd, how that took the air out of it. Here's the longtime Celtic, as Kobe Bryant can't hit. The only player left from when Danny Ainge took over. And that looked like in a lot of pain. Rondo to the basket. He draws the foul. Now let's get the first update from Michelle.
By the locker room, that when Paul Pierce did go into the locker room, he asked to stand on his own power. The doctors were trying to discourage him from doing that. They were saying, look, don't do it. But then he said, let me try it. Let me try it. So he did finally put weight on both legs as he walked back into the locker room. They're taking a look at it now. Danny Ainge, the general manager, back there with him, and we'll have more for you when we can. Mike?
All right, Michelle. Pierce, of course, as we mentioned earlier, from Inglewood, grew up as a basketball fan, rooting for the Lakers, hating the Celtics. He's waited his whole career to get to the NBA Finals. He has been superb at times here in these playoffs, and you just hope that it's nothing serious and he's going to be able to come back.
I like the mentality of the Celtics bench during that timeout. Eddie Howe, Sam Cassell standing up, encouraging the guys. They have to, don't be discouraged. Find a way to get it done.
And a loose ball foul is going to go, I believe, against Rondo. Or is it Perkins? It's Perkins. Now he has 4 fouls.
And 3 have been in this quarter, and all 3 have been dubious at best.
And now Perkins is limping. So it's quickly turned where the Celtics came out like a house of fire, especially Pierce. And now they're getting banged up here. What a turn of events in just a couple of minutes.
That's where Perkins has to be more selective with his fouls.
Perkins is also going back to the locker room with the 4 fouls. Kobe Bryant on the pull-up. Bryant in and out. Ray Allen the rebound. Allen looking. Drive, strip. And it's still going to be Celtics ball. Here's the foul on Perkins. I don't know where the foul is there.
I don't think that's a foul anyway. If anything, that's Derek Fisher banging into the body of Perkins.
All right, Jeff, as a coach, you see your team, you can get deflated this way. Your captain goes out with looks like a pretty bad injury right now, but we'll wait and see. Now Perkins, it's very easy to get deflated, especially with a young team. Ray Allen open for 3, knocks it down. That's a way to end the deflation.
Exactly. You got to have your other players step forward, and you have to have high energy, mentally strong players, which I think the Celtics have.
Odom drives, and a blocking foul call on P.J. Brown. So Odom will go to the line for 2. Second foul on Brown.
His second personal.
Tremendous out-of-bounds play by the Celtics. Poor defense by Vujacic, allowing separation from Ray Allen and trying to shoot the gap.
And an outstanding screen by P.J. Brown. Recognized that Vujacic trying to cheat the play, puts the body on him and nails.
Maybe a little hip check in there, too.
Hey, this is championship basketball. Find a way to get a guy an open look.
And I expected my prop from you guys. I got Vujacic's name right, even though I almost stumbled mid-sentence.
We didn't want to jinx you. We want to keep it going. We're not satisfied with one time.
You've done 20 Laker games.
And I've had 20 different pronunciations, unfortunately.
We are proud of you.
I'm proud of the fact that you didn't go with Sasha.
Yeah. It's been everything from Fujanic to Vujacic.
Oh, this is the sight that the Celtics fans want to see. And hear the ovation as he comes hopping out of the tunnel. P.J. Brown won't go. Rondo nearly tips it in. And Pierce returning with some energy. Fisher on the pull-up. Garnett the rebound, his 8th of the game. All of a sudden, light back in the building. And a foul on Vujacic, trying to fight over a screen. Lakers in the penalty. Pierce ready to check back into the game as we check in with Michelle.
Well, standing back there at the locker room when Paul Pierce came out was a pretty dramatic moment. He was followed out in the hallway by Danny Ainge, the general manager. Ainge told me that it is a sprained knee. You can see that sleeve on Pierce's right knee. He's going to give it a try, guys. Meanwhile, Kendrick Perkins remains in the locker room.
All right, Michelle, and Pierce is going to come back in. Pierce has been a very durable player throughout his career, with the exception of last season during that year, when he had a host of injuries, and now this huge ovation as their captain and leading scorer returns. And we get a timeout. Pierce has waited a long time to get to the NBA Finals. He's going to make sure he gets back on the floor. Right knee on this play. He went back to the locker room. And Jeff, I asked you as a coach, what do you do with a team that's deflated when their captain, leading scorer, is hurt and has to be carried off? Well, this is what Doc Rivers said in his huddle right after the injury.
What did the guy from South Africa say about adversity? All right? Nothing can get you down. Okay? This is what we're talking about, adversity. You overcome it. We're the better team. We overcome it. All right? Nothing stops us. That's why we play 12 guys. All right? Let's beat this team.
At that point, they only had 10 guys because Pierce and Perkins were back in the locker room. Pierce has since returned. Perkins was still waiting for him to return.
And I thought that was an outstanding timeout by Phil Jackson. I think he's the best timeout taker in the NBA. When Pierce came back on the floor, the crowd was about to erupt. He diffused the energy with the timeout. He has a great knack for taking the right timeout at the right time.
Kobe Bryant can't get it to go. Pierce the rebound. Ahead to Allen. Allen, quick move. Nice defense from Fisher. And he's always one, as Brian called for a reach. Phil Jackson is always one that has led his team play through difficult stretches, wants to see how it handles it. So he's very particular about his timeouts.
But that's in the regular season. He's one of the quick timeout takers in the playoffs. He adjusts his game as Pierce takes a wrap across the face by Bryant. And that's what I think makes him special. He's got a feel that very few have for momentum and the shift in momentum. I remember a game we were playing against him in Houston in a playoff series. We scored on a play. He took a timeout. We got a stop. We got a lob dunk coming out. He took another timeout, and that's how he changes. In the regular season, he allows you just to play through all that.
Pierce, meanwhile, 1 of 2 from the line. That last foul on Kobe Bryant was his 3rd. So Radmanovic has 4. Bryant with 3, 4 for Perkins on Boston. Pierce also has 3 fouls in addition to the sprained knee. Ray Allen back on Kobe Bryant. Stolen by Pierce. Good help defense from Brown. Allen. Bad pass. And Fisher with the steal.
A bad read by Ray Allen. You catch the ball in that position, you have to look to score.
Odom looks to score. As Kobe Bryant with his 6th assist of the game.
That's the second numbers advantage break that they've blown in this game. In the first half, it was Posey on a breakaway.
B.J. Brown, the rebound, where they're battling down low. Fisher takes it away. Allen banks it in, and a foul. This has become a very physical game.
And that's how Boston's going to win. Pound the finesse Lakers on the board.
And it starts with the post-up of Kevin Garnett. So you have matchup problems. Everybody's on alert, looking to help, and then you punish them on the offensive board. Active underneath. Fisher staying active, but Ray Allen finally getting the basketball, getting the contact and the hoop.
Odom with his 3rd foul. Allen with 13 points. He also has 6 rebounds. And Ray Allen has 5 assists. A nice complete game. Hasn't shot great so far in the game 1, but he's doing other things.
I like the mentality of Ray Allen. You don't just leave it up to Kevin Garnett and the Perkins of the world to be the rebounders. Little guys have to gang rebound and help the big.
Bryant kicks it out. Vujacic, the three-pointer, way off the mark, but he's fouled by Garnett on a 3-point attempt. And Kevin Garnett, his 2nd foul.
Number 5, Kevin Garnett.
Let's send it over to Michelle.
Well, there you see Kendrick Perkins now. He'll complete the roster as he comes back out of the locker room. He has a left ankle sprain. All they needed to do back there, Mike, was retape it, and I'm told he is expected to return to action.
All right, Michelle. There's Vujacic at the line. Vujacic, the fiery guard from Slovenia. It's his 4th year in the NBA. He's always showed glimpses, but this year, really a lot of confidence. 8th in the NBA in three-point shooting. He's been playing pro ball since he was 16 back in Slovenia and Italy. As Perkins returns, not quite the ovation of Pierce got, but I suppose. This might be that too.
That's called token applause.
That's called fake hustle applause. It just make them feel good.
Well, Perkins, though, has had some great playoff games, especially Game 5 against Detroit, where for a while he was the best player on the floor. Rondo to Allen. Vujacic on him. Vujacic, a good defender as well. 5 on the shot clock. Allen looking for an opening. Allen kicks it out. Rondo open. Won't go. And Allen knocks it away. Fisher, though, comes up with a good tough play from Fisher. Fisher alley up to Bryant. Beautiful feed as Fisher started it down the other end.
Talk about the job that Derek Fisher has done, chasing down loose balls, making plays, and that time leading the fast break.
Rondo on a drive, and he's fouled outside. Again, the Lakers have been in the penalty for a while. So they'll go back as Gasol picks up his 3rd.
You give me a proven guy any day of the week. Derek Fisher not waiting for the basketball, goes after it, chases it down, leads the break, waits for the right time, then puts it upstairs to Bryant.
And give the officials credit not calling that late charge on Fisher after he released the pass. Pierce tried to slide under him and get a charge, and a very poor foul down at the other end by Gasol against Rondo. Give him some space, give him a cushion, make him shoot a jump shot versus put him on the line and take an unnecessary foul.
Rondo 1 for 2. With just under 3 minutes remaining. 3rd quarter of game 1, it's all even. Been close throughout. And you see the biggest lead by Boston, 7. The Lakers' largest lead is 5. Fisher looking. Shot clock down to 6. Bryant sees that. Shot clock at 2. Kobe Bryant fires away. It's good. Kobe Bryant drills it. 18 for the NBA's leading playoff scorer. And you got 10 of them here in the 3rd quarter.
You got the Celtics. That's good defense. What do you do? Just Bryant. Too good on the offensive end.
Round to Rondo. Back to Garnett. Garnett, the floater. And Vujacic touched it last. It's going to be Celtic ball. Vujacic trying to plead his case. Very likable, emotional player, Vujacic.
And it took him a while to find his niche. And his niche is hard-nosed defender, wide-open three-point jump shooter.
P.J. Brown gets it back into the point guard's hands as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the third. Garnett, jumper. Gasol, the rebound. Rebounding numbers right now is plus 10 for Boston. Fisher, the experienced point guard against the young Rondo. Odom with 5 on the shot clock. Drives, reverse, blocked by P.J. Brown. Rondo to Pierce. Pierce for 3. Bang! Celtics back up by 1.
Outstanding read by Rondo in transition. That's how you run the point guard spot. Finds Pierce, spotted up.
Pierce playing with a sprained knee. Gasol to the basket. Misses. Garnett right there to reject it. Rondo back to Pierce. Another 3. Puts it in. Back-to-back three-pointers for Paul Pierce. This crowd has absolutely erupted here in the third as Pierce just picks up another foul, and that's going to be number 4.
In transition, you see Rondo. Pierce gets to the spot, delivers the basketball on point, knocks down the first one. It doesn't stop there. Fake penetration, finds him again. Good look, good execution, and Pierce rolled.
Again, Phil Jackson said that he's the heart and soul of the team. He's the one that can erupt offensively. Had the 41 points in Game 7 against Cleveland. He's got 15 here in the third quarter. And remember, he spent part of the third quarter in the locker room after being carried off by his teammates.
And it reminds me as a young fellow when I watched the Knicks and Willis Reed come onto the floor out of the locker room. It's not about what you score. You're sending a message to the other guys on your team. There's no quit, nothing but fight. I'm not going to surrender.
And he'll sit down, get a little rest now. Again, 15 of his points here in the third, but he also has 4 fouls as Kobe Bryant hits the first. Bryant now at 20 points, 6 assists. Final minute, third quarter. Rondo against Farmar, and he draws the foul. Rondo got hit in the head, now he's shaken up. P.J. Brown checks with him. And he'll just head to the line. Remind you, you can text the last name of your choice for the T-Mobile Player of the Game to 38657 from any wireless phone. And go to NBA.com/vote to vote online. Standard rates apply. The winner will be announced at the end of tonight's game.
I like the decision by Doc Rivers also. Was about to get Sam Cassell into the ball game. Rondo makes 2 plays, and then just now penetrating, creating the foul, allowed a young fella to finish the quarter on a high.
Rondo knocks it down. 14 points for Rondo. He was the player that Kevin McHale, the GM of Minnesota then, wanted in the Kevin Garnett deal, but Danny Ainge said no, wanted to keep him. Bryant for 3. Won't go. Rebound, tipped and taken by P.J. Brown. Crowd on its feet as we wind down quarter number 3. Shot clock at 7. Shot clock at 2. Rondo kicks it out. Posey has to put it up. Won't go. Gasol the rebound. And that will end the third quarter. And what a roller coaster. Oh, Boyich put it in from three-quarters court, but it won't count. As Paul Pierce trying to keep that knee loose after spraining it earlier in the third. Getting some congrats from the fans. At a 4-point play. Back-to-back threes. This was early in the third. And then receiving a thunderous ovation as he emerged from the tunnel. Went back on the floor and erupted. 3 quarters complete here in Game 1. Paul Pierce and the Celtics up 4.